Don't say that! Oh my gosh, why did you have to end on that, dude? Warm Gang! We're back, brothers, sisters, you amazing human beings. I see y'all out there. I see y'all out there, don't worry. But we just got off episode 9, on episode 10 now. And all I gotta say is nothing. All I gotta say is nothing. Other than we might have a fight on our hands coming up this episode. The title of this one is called Children. That's interesting. Children. Not sure what to think about that one. I'll let it show me itself, you feel me? But we just gonna jump right into it. I ain't trying to waste y'all time. Yeah, just watched the last episode with me, so you already know what's up. Let's get into episode 10, man. Alright, let's go. I don't think so. Yeah, they wouldn't stand a chance without a horse. Is that the one? That's the one, right? Bro, that's his mom, dude. Oh, that's gross. I don't know why they gave me like a weird feeling whenever they showed that picture. Dang, dude. Yeah. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Saw it before. I wonder if so it's just is that easy, the process of changing them, or has this been something that's been going on for a minute, like undercover type thing? Because I mean, if they just showed up and then injected them or gave them some or did something to them, and they changed like that, that's kind of fast. You would think they'd just run around changing everybody and have Titans all on their side. Or I mean, there'd probably be good ones and bad ones, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she was gonna say it last episode, but she didn't say nothing. She playing like she don't know nothing. He's a warrior right now. Here he's on the mission. I can see that. And then Krista gave her. That's why the Pastor Nick was saying that she knows things. She has information, but that's all I can really say. That's who they were supposed to be keeping their eye on, was Krista. So they're gonna take her in and try to get some, maybe talk some stuff out of her. But if Eren turns out not to be the coordinate, our job isn't over yet. So is Eren a big part of the mission, or are they not sure? Because if Eren is not who they think, who he needs to be, then they still got work to do. What are you searching for? Are they searching for the basement? So they're trying to gather everybody. They're trying to gather everybody and bring them home. Y'all leaving. Now a squad coming. Yep. That look that they give him when he's talking to them. Oh, hit him with the nub. I knew Eren, he wasn't gonna let it go like that. Yeah, I was thinking his emotions were gonna get the best of him eventually.
Are they
talking about they were younger? Wait, 5 years ago? Is he talking about when they broke the wall? Is that what was that part of the flashback of the other episode where Rainer was like, "Why is Marco being eaten?" Was it her that ate him? Because he's asking her. I'm assuming that's what it is, but I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out. That's crazy. So was she? Let me see. Let me just see what they gotta say. He's trying. It's like once you change, it's like you disconnected. 60 years. I always pause it when they're telling a story. Sorry. So what is their reasoning for wandering outside the walls for? That's where they're from. They're from villages outside the wall. And so the people outside the walls are trying to destroy humanity inside the wall, or collect the other human titans that have been transformed. So the walls are meant to keep these people out. And if she's been out there for 60 years, they must not age very fast. Because that's also in the OVA, that Titan, Issa's notebook, the Titan that thought she was Ymir because she looked like her. Oh my gosh. No, there's just wandering outside the walls for 60 years. That is crazy to think about, dude. Yeah, this wasn't gonna be easy. But but I mean, there's titans everywhere in this forest. Yep. A tough opponent, boy. They know what they're up against with this guy. Why are you blaming my man for? That means Chris is there. And he knows they want her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep. Yeah, they can get taken out. Yeah, chances are pretty slim for them to be able to get her. Eaten by one of you warriors. Why do they keep saying warriors? There's a squad of warriors. I wonder who all they're referring to as warriors. Are the warriors the ones that were told to destroy humanity? And then you have another section that had other missions, like whatever Mir's goal was. They want her. She's like this with her. Yeah, because they did say they can't even guarantee Ymir safety. They keep talking about going home a lot. Rainer brings it up a lot. But I feel like it's not what we think it is. Oh man, dude. I just want answers. Ooh. What is this? A little flashback? She was a youngin'. Why is that? Huh. So is it all a facade? Because he said he gave her a new life and a new name. So is she really not Ymir? Is she really not? Is her bloodline not really what we think it is? It's like they're tricking the people, making them feel as if this whole thing just seems like a scam. And she went along with it. Yeah, I don't blame her though, you know? Looked like she was homeless. It's kind of sad, man. She actually felt needed and loved, cared for. Was a lie. But it wasn't even her. They put her onto it and she went with it. She was a young child. They got tortured and beat. Hated. The world was against her. Oh my gosh, dude. Are they getting... Their punishment was to be transformed into titans? That's what I assumed when the lights turned, when that yellowness came on. It was them transforming. I'm rewinding it a little bit. So that was it looks like Rainer, Ymir. Bro, that's crazy. So they get injected with the serum and that was a punishment to live like this. So so are these people turned into this because of a punishment, not because of like some kind of war? Or what is this? This is freaking crazy, dude. And low-key looked like Rainer, so I was just thinking it was Rainer. Bro, that's freaking... That's sad though, man. You get punished. I wonder if that's how they do everybody though. You get punished, and your punishment is being transformed into a freaking titan that has to roam the earth and live for however long they live. I guess, I don't know. But they have missions and goals though, so. Oh man, and this is part of the flashback that they showed us when they were talking about Krista. Wow. Living under a different name. Yeah. I get it though, man. Trying to live a different life. They've been through so much, like a sad life. Yeah, she's been out here, she's been doing this, she's experienced. Yeah, she's tiny. Yep. Yep. What are you trying to... Yeah, I get it. It's a little selfish in a way, but such a sweet girl. No, I believe her too. It's crazy seeing it like that though, because we always see her nonchalant and just kind of chill. Oh, and here we go. What's the plan? Are they fighting or? Yeah, but what's their play though? Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. Here it is. Come on, Sasha. Yeah. It's is that Ymir? Where are we at? Where are we at? She's looking for Krista, and then she's gonna take off, I bet. That's Ymir. She's looking for Krista, and then she's gonna take off, right? Come on, Ymir, help us out. No, she's just looking for one person, man. No. She's looking for. Yes, she's looking for. Dang it, man. She's taking off with her. She's just gonna swallow her probably and then take off with her. I don't even know how to feel anymore, man. I don't even know if it's like that. I think she's just. I mean, yes, she's helping them, but her whole goal is just to get to Krista and see her again. They're too fast, they're gonna get away, man. This sucks. This sucks so bad. Again. They have to watch him get taken away again. Don't say that! Oh my gosh, why did you have to end on that, dude? Bro, that made me sad just to freaking hear, man. I hate it when they do that. Because we know they don't care. We know they don't freaking care, man. They will take his life. They will take his life. He will. Oh, I swear if we lose him, I'm done with the show. And I'll catch y'all on something else. Well. So here we go, we got Rainer. We got Warrior Rainer. That's what I call him. Warrior Rainer right now. So he's locked in on the mission. He knows what he needs to do. They talk a little bit about, and they brought this up before, Ymir and Krista living under, different names, different identities, pretty much starting over in a new life type of situation. For Krista, it seemed like she was casted out, like she was hated. We're not assuming she's a Titan right now. Like, that was my thought, she's a Titan. For all I know, she could still be, but she has information and she's important. We know that. If that's the punishment, is that what happened to everybody? Like, for punishment, they got injected with the serum to not have to live this life. And then if that's the case, did somebody gather him up to formulate like a team or something like that? Because is that why they're waging war on humanity? because whoever came up with this serum, these people are getting transformed out of punishment. And so it's like, all right, that's what y'all doing? Now we're gonna destroy y'all. So are they really the enemies then? Or do they just have a hate for humanity because of what they did to these kids and these people? I don't know, man. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. They want to destroy them because how cruel they were. From whatever time all this stuff started happening, but taking these kids and injecting them with serum to live a life where now they have to transform into a monster, where they're hated, where, you know, they almost feel casted out and lonely. And so now maybe somebody that was also transformed into a Titan, if not just somebody that saw what happened or knew what happened, was like, all right, we're gonna gather them all up and we're gonna go, and we don't like humanity no more. You know, they did this to our kids, they did this to these people, and so that's why they're fighting against humanity. And so we're thinking they're the enemies, but what if they're not the enemies? If Eren's dad is a part of this and Eren's a Titan, what if they're really all trying to gather, really all they're all on the same side, they just don't know it? Because some of them don't have information, some do. Eren doesn't know anything, he's clueless. Ymir knows some stuff. Annie knows some stuff. You know, they all were given missions. And so they're trying to gather up everybody. That's why Eren's dad was like, make it to the basement so you can understand what's really going on, what the truth is. Y'all are all Titans, but y'all not bad like everybody's making y'all out to be. This was punishment. For whatever reason, they decided it to be punishment. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Dude, my head is hurting. Oh, I just started thinking about that now. So who is the real enemy? Because they technically they could still be the enemy. But what if their war against humanity is because of what they've done? Just injecting kids with this serum, ruining their lives, you know? And it seems the parents knew about it, and these parents knew about it too, like Annie's parents, Annie's dad, Eren's dad. They know. They show Eren's dad injecting them with serum too. So what is... Or maybe some of them were made to fight against each other, right? Titans versus Titans, like we said before. Alright, man, I had to step back on here real quick for a few more things I wanted to add. Like after an episode I'll talk and then I gather my thoughts later, and then I have to then it sounds a little more put together. Maybe I'll just start doing it that way from the beginning. But Ymir's backstory was pretty tragic, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty sad. Like being homeless, and then they picked her up. They gave her the title Ymir, Lady Ymir, and so she lives in this lie. And I don't even blame her, you know, because she felt loved, she felt cared for and needed. So it's like, wow, you know, why wouldn't she go along with it? She had good food, like everything was great. And then, you know, getting punished for somebody coming in and saying that she says she's got the blood of the king and all this other stuff. And she went along with it and she still got punished. And their punishment was to be transformed into Titans, which is even worse because now she has to roam with that, which I brought up earlier. But I forget that this is all happening outside the walls, which is even crazier because that means there's stuff that's going on outside the walls that we never even... we've always been stuck inside the walls, right? That's where we're at. That's where the characters are at. That's where the story's been. Nobody ventures outside. But, you know, we start putting things together. That's where Titans are coming from. Human Titans are coming from there. So there's things going on outside the walls that the people inside don't even know anything about. And it doesn't seem like a good place to be. If punishment is like Titans and these experiments or whatever, then they have to walk this earth with that kind of, with that sucks, dude. So what I was thinking, the walls were built to keep out, was to protect humanity, to keep out Titans. So that we know, and it makes sense now. But I wonder if it was because what is going on outside, if they were trying to, if they were like, all right, we need protection, if they made their own Titans for that, or was it just different regions that were having conflict? And obviously they're out there doing Titan experiments, which we don't even know why that started. But this region was like, well, now they got Titans. You have these experiments going on. We need to combat that, right? We need something of our own. And so they make their own Titans. And then the Titans form the wall to kind of keep them safe. And now this is going on. So, I mean, we're assuming it's not only Eren's dad or these people inside the walls know what's going on. And then you have people outside the walls that are doing their own thing. Oh, man. So is it like trying to gain power, rivalry type stuff? That's a lot to think about, to be honest. It is a lot to think about. They built the walls to keep out whoever or whatever. Because then the Titans outside, their mission was they were sent to pretty much destroy humanity. So there's beef. There's beef. There is beef, and it is showing. We're still waiting on Ymir. Ymir's trying to make a decision on what she's gonna do, who she's gonna side with, right? The scouts who she's been with, and obviously has pretty much protected them in some way, shape, or form. Krista, or Historia, is on the side of the scouts, so we know that she wants her. She wants to be with her. Like that's her thing. So does she side with her, or does she take her with her and she side with Raynor and them? Who obviously said they could help, who can help them and help Krista, because obviously she's somebody they want to take in as well. So hopefully we get that next episode, but we know how this show does. It takes a few episodes for them to do anything, and we're just left waiting. So I don't know how long that's going to take. There's so much that Ymir knows that we don't know. She has a lot of info, and yeah. I'm assuming we're just going to get it like sprinkled in throughout these episodes and these seasons. But she knows a lot. If she sides with us, sorry, I was past my bedtime now. But if she sides with us, I was trying to get this done real quick. If she sides with us, that could be really good, or this is going to turn out really bad, especially if she sides with Raynor and them. But I don't know, man. Thinking about it gives me a headache. I guess the bigger picture is what's going on outside the walls. What's their beef with the humans inside the walls? Ymir's decisions that she's got to make, who she sides with, and that was kind of the main focus right there. And then also trying to figure out why they want Eren so bad. What's their reasoning for wanting Krista? They're rounding everybody up. I'm trying to make sure I keep notes so I can look back on some of this stuff. But do they get Eren back next episode? I hope so. Do we lose somebody? I hope not. They're on the chase again. Where they're gonna end up, I don't know. But I have a bad feeling. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's all I wanted to throw extra in there, man. These episodes are getting really, really good, and it's making my mind wander a lot. They're giving us a lot of information, but to try to put these pieces together. Anyways, appreciate y'all listening to me rant. If there's a few things that I'm not good at, one is trying to summarize things. I will talk and talk until I come to a point where then I can try to summarize it. But telling a story, I'm trash. Never cared for none of this stuff. So you'll see me. I'm all over the place when I'm talking about the show and what's going on during the show. My mind's trying to come up with stuff. So like these last few episodes, I ain't been able to really speak a lot because I'm like this, and now I don't know what to think anymore, and my mind's just all over the place. So bear with me. But I appreciate it, man. I'll catch you later.